Welcome to Synthetic Worlds, where we peel back the thick layers of history to reveal truths that mainstream science constantly ignores. The history books tell us a linear story of progress, from primitive stone tools to the soaring heights of modern skyscrapers. But what if the timeline is actually a broken circle, repeating itself over and over through the vast eons of deep time? We call them out-of-place artifacts. Objects that defy the geological era in which they were found, challenging our understanding. From the sands of Egypt to the coal mines of Texas, evidence suggests we're walking in the footsteps of giants. Today, we will examine 6 impossible discoveries that suggest Earth was once an industrial hub for a civilization far beyond ours. Our journey begins with a discovery that looks less like an ancient relic and more like debris from a sci-fi movie. Buried beneath layers of sediment dated to 12,000 years ago, researchers uncovered what appears to be a sophisticated life pod. The metallurgy involved in this object is baffling, showing resistance to corrosion that even our best modern alloys struggle to achieve. Inside the casing, scans revealed a complex fuel delivery system, intricate piping and valves designed for high-pressure liquid propulsion. When placed beside modern rocket components, the similarities are undeniable, suggesting a mastery of aerodynamics long before the Wright brothers flew. Could this be the remnant of a visitor who crashed here when humanity was still huddling in caves for warmth? We move from the desert to the deep ocean, where a sponge diver discovered the most complex mechanism of antiquity. At first glance, it looked like a worthless lump of corroded rock, but X-ray technology revealed a secret hidden inside. Hidden within the crust were dozens of precision bronze gears capable of tracking the sun, moon, and planets with accuracy. This was the world's first analog computer, built more than 2,000 years ago, a time when such technology was impossible. The level of miniaturization and engineering required to build this device would not be seen again for another 1,000 years. Mainstream historians attribute this to Greek genius, but where are the prototypes? Where are the simpler machines that came before? It stands alone in history, a solitary beacon of high technology that seemingly appeared out of nowhere and then vanished. Our next anomaly takes us to Gabon, West Africa, where a discovery in a uranium mine shook the foundations of physics. In 1972, scientists testing uranium ore discovered that a significant amount of the fissile isotope U-235 was missing. The only explanation was that a self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction had occurred here nearly 2 billion years in the past. Scientists call it a natural nuclear reactor, claiming groundwater acted as a moderator to control the reaction over millennia. However, the precision required for nature to accidentally build a stable reactor without causing a meltdown is statistically incredibly low. Could this site actually be the ruin of an ancient power plant designed by intelligence to provide energy for a lost era? Traveling north to Egypt, we encountered the Sabu disk, a mysterious stone object that looks like it belongs in a factory. Carved from fragile metasilt stone, this disc features 3 curved lobes that resemble the propeller of a modern ship or pump. Creating such a complex shape from this brittle material using only copper chisels and stone hammers is physically nearly impossible. When engineers tested 3D printed replicas, they found the object acts as a highly efficient impeller for pumping water. Was this merely a ritual vase, as archaeologists claim, or a spare part for a machine whose purpose we have forgotten? In the heart of Texas, a simple hike led to a discovery that challenges the entire geological timeline of human history. Known as the London Hammer, this tool was found embedded in rock that formed during the Cretaceous period, millions of years ago. If the geology is correct, this hammer was dropped before the dinosaurs went extinct, a complete impossibility for mainstream science. Analysis of the iron head revealed a purity level that modern technology cannot easily replicate, containing no carbon or rust. The wooden handle had partially turned into coal, proving it was not a recent hoax, but a genuine ancient relic. Deep in the frozen soil of the Ural Mountains, prospectors searching for gold found something far more valuable and perplexing. They discovered thousands of microscopic spiral objects, some as small as 1/3000th of an inch, embedded in the sediment. These are not random shapes, they are perfect spirals made of copper, tungsten, and molybdenum, requiring extreme temperatures to manufacture. The soil layer containing these nanospirals dates back over 100,000 years, long before humans supposedly discovered metalworking. They resemble the components used in modern nano devices, suggesting a level of technology that we are only just beginning to understand. When we look at these artifacts together, a disturbing picture begins to emerge from the scattered puzzle pieces of history. What if the canyons and mountains we see today are not just natural formations, but the scars of ancient strip mining? Many flat-topped mountains around the world resemble giant industrial waste piles left behind after the valuable minerals were extracted. The theory of the ancient quarry suggests that Earth was a resource outpost for a civilization that operated on a planetary scale. The artifacts we find are merely the broken tools, the discarded trash, and the lost spare parts left by the miners. If this is true, then humanity is living in the ruins of a post-industrial world, scavenging what was left behind. We are digging up the same resources, burning the same fuels, and perhaps making the same mistakes as those before us. History is not a straight line ascending to heaven. It is a wheel that crushes and rebuilds civilizations in endless cycles. Did the previous tenants of Earth leave voluntarily, or were they wiped out by a cataclysm that reset the clock? The stone faces of the ancient world remain silent, guarding their secrets while we struggle to piece together the truth. Perhaps we ourselves are the ultimate artifact, a biological remnant engineered to survive on this abandoned mining colony. As we look to the stars and plan our own colonies on Mars, we are merely repeating a cosmic habit. Mainstream archaeology fights to keep the timeline linear because the truth of a cyclical history is too terrifying to accept. But the evidence is there for those with open eyes, hidden in plain sight within the glass cases of our museums. The pod, the computer, the reactor, the turbine, the hammer, and the spirals all whisper the same forbidden story. By acknowledging the past, we might finally break the cycle and forge a destiny that lasts beyond the next cataclysm. The truth is not written in the books we have, but in the anomalies that we have been taught to ignore. We must rewind the clock of history and listen to the silent testimony of the stones and the metals. What other miracles lie waiting beneath our feet, waiting for the right moment to challenge everything we think we know? Are we the masters of this planet, or are we just the caretakers of a facility that was closed down long ago? Time is the ultimate eraser, but it is not perfect. It leaves behind clues for those who are brave enough to search. We must be willing to tear out the pages of the accepted narrative and write a new chapter based on evidence. Alternative archaeology is not about fantasy. It is about asking the hard questions that academia is too afraid to answer. As you walk through the world, look closer at the rocks, the ruins, and the artifacts that don't fit in. Every anomaly is a voice from the past, trying to tell us that we are not the first, and likely not the last. The Earth has changed its face many times, and civilizations have risen and fallen like tides on a cosmic ocean. Synthetic Worlds is dedicated to exploring these mysteries, bringing you the evidence that challenges the status quo of science. If you enjoyed this journey into the forbidden past, please like this video and subscribe to join our growing community. In our next episode, we will dive even deeper into the myths of sunken continents and the lost city of Atlantis. Until then, keep your mind open, question the narrative, and never stop searching for the truth hidden in the shadows. Let us take one final look at the London Hammer, a simple tool that single-handedly breaks the evolutionary timeline.
The aerodynamics of the Sabu disk remain a puzzle, a testament to a lost understanding of physics and fluid mechanics. The missing isotopes at Oklo are the smoking gun of ancient nuclear industry, a footprint that cannot be erased by time. The manual user inscribed on the Antikythera mechanism proves it was a tool for education, not just a mysterious worship object. The insulation layers inside the ancient pod suggest it was designed to withstand the extreme heat of atmospheric re-entry. Melting tungsten requires over 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit, a temperature impossible to achieve with primitive campfires or simple kilns. How much knowledge was lost when the great libraries of the past burned down, resetting our progress by thousands of years? We are slowly picking up the pieces, reconstructing the mosaic of a past that is far more advanced than we imagined. Were the pyramids power plants? Were the temples factories? The evidence suggests function over form in every ancient megalith. The placement of these sites hints at a global grid, a coordinated effort to harness the energy of the planet itself. Perhaps the ancients were not aliens, but us from a future that happened in the past, trapped in a loop. The boundary between biology and technology blurs when we look deep enough into the microscopic artifacts of the ancient world. We emerged from the caves not to build a new world, but to rebuild the one that was lost to catastrophe. Even our moon might hold the silent, dusty remnants of the operations that stripped the Earth of its primal resources. Every day brings us closer to the discovery that will finally shatter the glass ceiling of conventional historical dogma. Who were they? When did they leave? And most importantly, why did they abandon this planet and leave us behind? The answers belong to all of humanity, not just the gatekeepers of academia who wish to maintain the status quo. We have traveled through time, examined the impossible, and questioned the very nature of our reality in this short journey. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Your curiosity is the fuel that keeps this channel exploring the unknown. This is Synthetic Worlds signing off. Remember to look deeper, think harder, and never accept the official story without question.